Ladies and gentlemen, hopefully not boys and girls, thank you for being here tonight. I would like to remind you that you can give other people points. I know it's never worked before, but I do believe it will work now. So, uh, giving gifts should be working for the month of December. I'm excited for that. There's a lot of people with a lot of points here, and it's for sharing. Oh, the internet is very laggy today. It's not doing very good for us, is it? Anyways, guys, I hope you're doing well today. Look at it's working. Anyways, I really do hope you're doing well today. Tell me what you had for dinner. If you didn't like what you had for dinner, tell me what you wish you had for dinner. I had breakfast really late, so I had breakfast burritos to eat. Um, think there's a special like format of it to give the points that we'll figure out. Fish and rice, Courtney says. That sounds pretty good. Was it raw fish or cooked fish? That's the question. Um, we have an interesting docket to listen to today. And I want to get started on it pretty quick. Yesterday, I talked for 30 minutes before we watched court, and we were here for 5 hours. We're not going to do that today. So I am going to get us going pretty soon. It has a unique title and isn't something that I remember us watching before in this jurisdiction. So we are heading to DeKalb County, Georgia, and we will be watching what they are calling child abandonment hearings. So it's both criminal hearings and I'm assuming some sort of support court, but we're going to find out together. Anyways, guys, I hope that you are doing well. Officer Pork Chop, you're here. Thank you. Please make sure that you've clocked in for your shift by hitting the like button. It's super duper helpful for me. YouTube Daddy, we are almost at 700 people subscribed to the channel, which is so exciting. And I appreciate each and every one of you. Like I've said before, welcome back if you've been here before, but welcome if you've never been here before. We have a lot of fun, and Friday nights is lots and lots of fun. So we're going to go ahead and start out with the child abandonment application hearings. And let's see here. Okay.
Abandonment court. And although this case involves child support issues, it is a criminal calendar. Abandonment does not mean that you abandon your child emotionally, but financially, because in the state of Georgia, each parent is legally required to provide support for their minor child or children. A finding must be made that you abandon your minor child, leaving your child in a state of need. Your financial contribution supports your child to have a roof over their head, to have utilities to keep them warm or cold, to have food to eat, clothes to wear, in other words, necessities. The app
Already, my confused look there is because I was like, why would you want to keep your child cold? But she means like air conditioning, I suppose. Not something that we have here. Nobody has air conditioning really in your house. So you'd never say like keep your child cold. It would never be something you have to provide them.
applicant or custodial parent has filed an abandonment warrant which alleges that you currently have an open child support case with the Department of Human Services and that pursuant to the child support order, you have not paid child support for at least the past 30 days. Don't get upset at the custodial parent if you know that you haven't been paying. This is about your child and your child's needs and rights. The custodial parent is doing the right thing for your child. To proceed, there are a few issues that the court must consider. The applicant must live in DeKalb County with the minor children. The applicant is the prosecutor in this case and must provide the current address for the non-custodial parent. If the non-custodial parent is not here, we will try to reach him or her, and we may have to reset the case if there is an apparent problem with the address or if our notice is returned by the post office. In those situations, the custodial parent will need to provide a better address. In some cases, DHS can assist us, but we cannot give you that address. If we cannot proceed with your case in our criminal court division, you may have to file a contempt action in DeKalb Superior Court, and DHS will assist you with that filing. If the non-custodial parent is incarcerated, we will not be able to proceed until that party is released from jail. So I'd ask you to dismiss your matter and refile once the respondent is released. But primarily, I must decide if the custodial parent is employed and does the non-custodial parent have the ability to pay and refuses to do so. Not having a job is not a reason unless there is a court adjudication of disability. Your child support indebtedness continues to accrue regardless of your financial situation, so you will never be relieved of your responsibility to pay child support, even if the child is beyond the age of 18. If the court finds that you, as the non-custodial parent, have the ability to pay and choose not to, then our court will find probable cause for a warrant to issue for a misdemeanor offense. Your case will be transferred to the state court, and you will have the right to a trial by judge or jury. If you are convicted, you can be sentenced up to 12 months in custody or fined up to $1,000. Although the custodial parent may have an amount of child support past due, otherwise known as an arrearage, our court can take that factor into consideration. However, we are not able to enforce payment of arrearages. The amount will have to be handled by a superior court judge, and we will try to get the current support restarted so that that amount will not continue to increase. Ultimately, our goal is to encourage the non-custodial parent to get back on track and support your minor child. So the case may be reset to determine if the non-custodial parent is providing child support or if we can get that parent to start paying. If you have provided any necessities, and that means you as the non-custodial parent, we are willing to look at those items provided that they are necessities. And by necessities, I do mean money for rent, money for groceries, things that are designer clothing and cash given directly to the child are called gifts from you and not child support. Most cases will be reset for a review to determine if the non-custodial parent has attempted to make any payment towards child support. And that means taking all factors into consideration. For an example, if a person is on Social Security disability, that parent can agree to pay, but we cannot deduct that money directly from Social Security benefits. So the custodial parent may be able to go directly to the entity that's providing benefits to see if that agency has put aside benefits for the minor child. I understand that understand that money must be paid to DHS for proper accounting. So if you're making payments directly or non-cash contributions to the custodial parent, you are depending on the custodial parent to acknowledge payments or assess value to what you provide. Since this typically causes delays in posting payments and conflicts in interpretations of amounts paid, we cannot effectively consider those items. You cannot demand that the custodial parent accept anything except for monetary funds. If you are employed, the best thing to do is set up an income deduction order with DHS, and your case can be dismissed when those payments start. But remember that if you leave your job, you need to inform DHS and provide updated information to your new employer, or you can find yourself in this situation again. After giving the non-custodial parent the opportunity to substantially comply, if you fail to make a significant payment towards your child support, a warrant will issue. We will give you a signature bond, allow you to turn yourself in. You will be photographed, fingerprinted, and released so that you can get back to working your job or finding a job. During this hearing, we will not permit certain testimony which is not relevant to a finding of probable cause for the payment of child support. We understand that there may be emotional dynamics to this calendar, but we ask each of you to be patient and respectful of the court as well as all the parties that are here. Abandonment is a continuing offense, so if found guilty when your case goes to trial, you could be on probation until the minor child reaches.
Okay, Judge. She is droning, but I think it's important. And I do think she's laying out some really important points that I have not heard a lot before in certain child support cases. Uh, like specifically, don't be mad at the not at the custodial parent, at literally reinforcing the fact that the custodial parent is right to have brought this action forward. It's interesting, and obviously because there is this weird power dynamic that occurs here. It looks like quite a big docket. I'm excited to see how we go. Hi, Mikey. You're here to gamble. Okay, that's fine. Um, there's you can gift points now too, not just gamble them. But anyways, let's see. I think she's almost done with her spiel, and then we'll move on. Also, I'm playing with my hair now, but it's too long.
The age of 18 or has graduated from high school. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to call the names that I have on my calendar for today to see who is here and who is not here. And then we can move forward from there. So when you hear your name, please unmute yourself. Let me know that you're here so that we can effectively move forward. Okay, Jamal Brown and Miss Corrado. I see Miss Corrado. Do I have Mr. Brown here? Okay. Eros Davis and Jamesia Williamson. I do see you, Miss Williamson. And I am not seeing Mr. Brown. Okay, Franklin.
Okay, I'm going to skip attendance, although this is a great time for us to take attendance, aka go and clock in for your shift by hitting the like button. Super helpful, free way that you can help the channel. Please do. Please. Also, if you are new here and you don't know what the points are, come on down to the chat and talk about it, and we'll give you some. Let's see. How long did it take? What do we think?
And now I'm going to go back to position number 5, Patrick Fambro, and you with position number. So what we're
she got right to it.
Watkins.
I'm present.
We just have to watch.
Okay, Mr.
I can't get the
Moore is
timing.
here.
I'm here, Judge.
Oh, and Miss Watkins. Okay. Okay, Carlton Ivory Price
I'm here.
And okay, and Shakendra Redmond.
I'm here.
There you go. Vote. Anthony Darnell Stroud and Walteria Jordan. I see Mr. Stroud.
I'm here.
Oh,
I'm here.
and I see Miss Jordan. Okay. Okay, that concludes the names that I have on the calendar for today. And now I'm going to go back to position number 5. Patrick.
Okay, I'd just like to point out I, in fact, had it perfect. I didn't expect her to start at number 5, but evidently I literally queued it up perfectly. I just want that noted for the record.
Ambro and Brianna Hillman. So what we're doing now is that we're going to put everybody else into the waiting room, and we're just going to talk to those 2 parties, and we will move forward that way. So just be patient as we get that together. Is Miss Hillman present?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Is the court volume loud enough, guys? It is. It should be because it's high piece, and
Hi,
that's all we
Miss
got.
Arena Camarillo. With position number 5, I see that we had a W, but now it's turned to an A. What does that mean?
What it's showing us is that briefly in October, money came out via an income deduction order. And then now in November, that payment was made directly by the party. It does look like on November 20th, we had an income deduction order sent to an employer again. Well, not Fulton County did. So I believe it's with a temporary agency, so that might be why it's not consistently coming out via income deduction order.
Oh, okay. Okay, let me have both of you raise your right hands, please. Oh, I cannot see your hand. Okay, there we go. Do you swear that the testimony that you're about to present is the truth and nothing but the truth under penalty of perjury?
Yes.
I have to hear you speak.
Yes,
Okay.
totally.
Okay, so did something change with your situation, Mr. Fambro, or is that just the nature of your employer?
No, I had working with the temp service, but the temp service ended up converting me over. So they made my start date. They hired me on the 27th of Monday. So I went.
First bingo square, ladies and gentlemen! Exclamation mark Monday in the chat. It's always Monday. They always start Monday. Just fucking love it. Every time. It's like without fail.
I'm asking you all if I can get an email, and I can email all my offering letter, everything I had, the process I had to do. And like I said, I just started the job on Monday. So it went from they took me I'm not a temp no more. I'm a full-time employee now. So I gave them all my information, the child support. I gave them. So event soon, it should be taking it out. But like I've been just sending money just until I get paid. My first check won't be until the 8th of this month, of December.
Okay. Now, can you pay more, because your child support order is for $580, and you made a payment of $51.50. Are you able to increase that until your order kicks in?
Well, like I'm saying, well, it was kind of like like rough. So I gave as much. I gave what I can give at that time. And I gave what I can give. Like I said, I've been working. Like I've been doing everything I can do to try to get a full-time job, which I did.
Okay, well, we do appreciate
And
that, but
they
it's just
should be
that,
taking my work.
yeah, it's just that it's kind of far away from what you owe. Ms. Hillman, did you receive those monies?
I received like $50.
Okay. And child support, did anything else come in after November the 20th?
No, we haven't had any payments since November 20th. I just double checked.
But the paperwork is in for the income deduction order?
It's in.
Okay.
We haven't received anything back from them confirming it, but yes, he did come in. He told us that the employer, and we sent it in November 20th.
Okay. Okay, so basically, Mr. Fambro, the problem is that the amount is very low. I do understand your situation, but I am going to have to put you back on the calendar so that we can make sure that the payments start, and they have to start at the correct amount. So Ms. Lanier, can you tell me my second calendar, rather the third Friday in January?
Let me see. You only have the 1st and the 15th. You don't have, oh, you said January. I'm sorry.
January.
January will be January the 19th.
Okay, January the 19th will be your next date so that we can see whether that child support income deduction order has kicked in. So I'm sorry, Ms. Hillman, if you could just be patient with us a little longer. That's, the employer doesn't have a choice. They have to take out the amount for your child support order. So it won't, at that point, it will no longer be a choice as to how much to pay. Okay?
All righty.
Okay, so I will see both of you January the 19th of next year. And you are dismissed.
Okay, thanks.
You're welcome. Next, position number 1 is Mr. Brown and Miss Corrado. And thus far, I hadn't seen Mr. Brown. So,
Ooh, I know what we should do. Guess the child support amount. Because this is basically a child support contempt docket, what I'm gathering here. So that last guy's payment or child support amount was $550, quite high. Don't know how many children. This is the fun we have here. Let's guess the next people's child support amount. Put your guesses in the chat. There's no rhyme or reason. We have no data to go on. You can guess as many times as you want, and you can change your mind over and over. I'm going to guess $197 is my guess. I see $690. Whoa, that'll be high. $785, $250 from Christy Davidson, $375, Mayor says. $200, $243, $450, $364. These are all good guesses. And I'm going to tell you right now, if you get it right, you're going to feel so good for no reason. Just remember that, okay? That's why we play these games. It's called dopamine. 666, 50, and he still can't hit it, Jonathan says. I think that's probably it. Miss Carrie's probably over at the gambling area, so I'll close the bets myself. No more bets, no more bets. Let's find out, shall we?
let's see what's going on here.
She's wearing what I would
Okay,
call.
Miss Corrado. Okay, I only have you here, so I don't have to get you sworn in. So what I'm seeing is that the last payment was made on the 2nd of November, so I can't call it abandonment because it was made within within 30 days. It looks like the payments have been regularly for the last 3 months. Do you think he can, stay on course with that?
Hopefully, that's my hope. If not, you'll see me again.
Okay. Well, I'm going to leave it up to you. Do you feel comfortable with dismissing it, or do you want me to put you back on one more in January?
Let's do one more in January.
Okay, we'll do January the 19th. And we'll see if he does appear and whether that December payment was made. If the December payment was made, I would have gone ahead and dismissed it, but we just want to
Right.
make sure that it's going to happen. Okay, so I'm going to dismiss you. You're free to go. Enjoy your weekend.
Thank you so much.
We'll
Have a
never
great
know.
weekend.
You
We'll
too.
never know.
Okay, position number 2. Eros Davis, Jamesia Williamson. And I don't think I saw Mr. Davis appear.
I don't think she's going to tell us the amount if the other person's not there. I don't know. I never watched it before.
Okay, Miss Williamson. Child support, I see an income deduction order, but it's for a very small amount. Is it the first one? Did it kick in?
And then another, yes, November 20th, it kicked in, and then November 21, they sent an additional payment of $27.36. So it does appear that Fulton has sent in an income deduction order and money is going to start coming out. We can't tell yet if the full obligation will be satisfied because it hasn't been in place long enough.
Okay. Okay, so, but your child support, Miss Williamson, is rather low, so it could be that at weekly amounts, we might be on schedule at this point, but we just can't tell yet. So I'm going to do the same thing in your situation. I'm going to put you back on for January the 19th so we can find out whether that income deduction order is working. Okay, Miss Williamson?
Okay, so
$27?
but he wasn't supposed to make like a full payment until that started coming in.
He was, but we don't like to kind of arrest somebody once the income deduction order has started, because that means that the money, you no longer have a choice. The money is going to start coming out of his paycheck. It already has. It's just that we don't know if he had a full paycheck that last pay period. Okay, so just be patient and we'll find out in January if we're back on track. Okay.
Okay, and then you said I have to go through Superior Court to get like my back pay.
The arrearages, yes.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, so hopefully things will be on track, and you have a happy new year. I'll see you next year, okay?
All right.
I'm getting Judge Grandma vibes to this. Like, she's like, I don't know. $27. I hope it's weekly, but even imagine $27 weekly times 52. What is that for a fucking year? Seriously, somebody do the math. Gracie T, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much. I feel pretty today. I have my coffee in my hashtag not a sponsor yet Bubba mug. It's hot still because it's in a not a sponsor yet Bubba mug. Let's see what's on for the third people on the docket. Like, that's just literally, it's like no money. I mean, if that's how much they're deducting, yeah, I don't know. I mean, everybody's different, obviously, but Jody, thanks so much. Appreciate your likes and hope you and Les are doing well. I get it, babe. Child support court's not always fun, but it is what we're watching tonight.
January 19th.
January 19th.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, position number 3, Franklin Lamar Deal and Cora Hardrick.
Okay, so Franklin's wearing a chain. I'm gonna go back 10 seconds and we'll play it. and we'll look at his chain with a ring around it. It's quite interesting. What do we think this child support payment's going to be? I see both people. I think we're going to get a number. I'm going for $421 is my choice tonight. 421. Live. What is your guess? Put it in the chat, would you? Also, all the chatting helps. It really does. Open mic. Thank you so much. Just make sure that it's still hit as you're leaving. Vicky saying 350. Courtney saying 630. Bev 250 a month. Gracie's going with 366. Jonathan's guessing they have 3 kids. Christy Davidson says $500. Cellulite yoga pants 488. Got 8 twice. 167. Sashina is a very low area, I guess, in terms of the child support amounts that we've been hearing so far. So I guess that could be a low number. Let's find out.
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning, Ms. Hardwick. Are you receiving your monies?
I am getting the last payment, I think was earlier,
Well,
like late last week, for $21.40.
Okay.
Your
Okay.
Honor, and an additional payment was made that's not reflected there. November 24th, and another payment of $21.14.
I'm being serious now. Honestly, hold on. I'm pulling out my own fucking calculator here because okay, even if we're just generous, 22. Let's round up, huh? 22. And then there's 52 weeks in a year. That's only a what? No, we don't know if that's for 3 kids. We're guessing, Christy. We haven't you're hearing all the details we are. So I don't think they've told us how many kids they are. We're just sort of making some conjecture. Katie, thank you so much for becoming a member. Yay. Yay. Thank you. Seriously, $21. It's crazy.
Okay. Now, will that add up to 193?
It looks like he's paid weekly.
Mm-hmm.
I said my apologies, Judge. After being incarcerated, once I've got out, I finally got me a job, and that's what I've been trying to do. Just let it get paid throughout my checks, and it's coming out weekly. I know she's only getting 50 something. I mean, she's only getting 20 something, but they take out a 50 something, I guess, for the other 20 to go towards the arrears.
No, they typically won't be going towards the arrears if the child support is not at its full amount. But it is coming out consistently.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, first, let me have both of you raise your right hands. Okay. So do you swear that the testimony that you have presented and that you will present is the truth and nothing but the truth under penalty of perjury?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, so the problem is that are you working full-time, Mr. Deal?
No, man, it's just a seasonal. I can't really get a full time because like I said, it's I'm on felony probation, so it's a lot of jobs that aren't really accepting my background.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. We're just going to, I mean, it looks like the money is consistent, but we're just going to have to wait and see how much it's going to really come to over the course of the month. So, Miss Lanier, what's my first calendar in February? The first Friday.
It will be, hold on one second.
What are you going to be able to get for Christmas with her $21 a week, do you think, for the kid?
It will be February the 2nd.
February the 2nd. Okay. That's when I'm going to put you back on, and hopefully we can determine at that point how much is actually being paid on a monthly basis. And it could be that it'll just upwards, Ms. Hardrick, but it's just hard to tell at this point. Okay, so I'm going to dismiss both of you until that time. So good luck to you, okay?
And thank you,
Did you have
Judge.
something else to say, Mr. Deal?
Yeah, just had a question. When we go back on the 2nd of February, that's just gonna be for the child support, or is that gonna be like a actual, I guess, discussion of, I guess, the terms or anything like that? My apologies,
Oh,
I
no.
don't have the right wordage.
Yeah, no. It's just going to be about the child support. I'm just trying to determine whether the amount that the employer is taking out is going to meet the obligation amount that you have of the $193 a month. Because right now at $21 a week, it's definitely a lot better, but it may not come out to the exact amount, but it may be just because the order is new. Okay.
Well, is there any way that I can get, I guess the case number? Because every time I call up to the child support office, they're giving me the runaround of information because I don't, I guess, have my case or ID number or something they're asking for.
It's also on the app. You can register on the app, and all the information is there as well.
I tried to register on the app and I'm still getting the runaround because I don't have the actual number that I need.
Okay, child support, do you have that for him?
I apologize, Your Honor. I had someone from DCSS just call me regarding somebody.
Yeah, but we will give it to you 2 numbers a week for the next 6 to 8 weeks, sort of like you're giving $21 a week for your child support. See how that works.
So I did not hear that last question.
Oh, for Mr. Deal, position
Mhm.
number 3, he
Yes,
needs
I've got it pulled up.
a case number.
He needs his case number.
Mm-hmm.
Just so I can get registered.
Okay. 1600-275-69.
Okay, 1600-275-69.
And I'm going to chat you your IRN number because you might need that too.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
This is not to be shared with anybody.
Oh,
Then just say it.
And Judge Scott, you said for arrears, it has to be taken up with Superior Court, correct?
that is correct. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, and I do see you've got $10,924 in arrearages. Okay, so I am going to go ahead and excuse both parties after Mr. Deal gets the information that he needs. And next, for position number 4, I have Torrance Dorsey.
Excuse me, Judge, do you want me to
Yes.
wait until Mr. Dill get his information first? Okay, he got it.
He
Never
said
mind.
it. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
What? Hold on. How is that happening? You guys, this guy is obviously skilled. What is he doing? He's literally got fireworks shooting off behind him. How does he make that happen? I'm being serious. How is that happening? Watch this. Just watch his behind him on the screen. Oh, fuck you, internet. Fucking internet. No, seriously, just watch it behind him on the screen.
Dorsey.
Excuse me, Judge, do you want me to
Yes.
wait until Mr. Dill get his information first? Okay, he got it.
He
Never
said
mind.
it. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. Torrance Dorsey, Ayana Milton.
Is that a Zoom feature? Where would that even, how would they know the timing for when he's getting off the call? Like, is that, I'm, that was weird. I just thought that was weird. Okay, what do we got now? We haven't seen them yet, but what are your guesses for what this child support was? Sashina, you were pretty close last time. There's some people around 200 that were close as well. Is it the thumbs up feature, you think? I don't know. It looked like one of those Facebook filter things from 7 years ago. when I used to be on Facebook.
Miss Milton didn't answer this morning when I called
Oh,
the
she did
roll, and
not.
she didn't answer when you called the roll. So it looks like it's just Mr. Dorsey.
And Your Honor, I do want to update the court. Another payment was received on November 29th for $232.17, and that was via income deduction order.
Okay. With that being said, it looks like it's kicked in. It looks like it will probably be the correct amount. So I am going to go ahead and dismiss that matter. Okay, so Mr. Dorsey, you are excused, and you just need to make sure that you stay at that employer and that the payments keep coming out, and you will not have to see us for a while, okay? Hopefully never again, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good luck to you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Okay, position number 6, George Gorham and Shenyata Green. And I'm not sure if Miss Green ever appeared.
No, ma'am.
No. And she hasn't gotten a child support payment in a while. Okay, Mr. Gorham, have you heard from Miss Green? Oh, you're on mute, Mr. Gorham.
Yes, I talked to her.
Did she say she wouldn't be able to appear today?
She didn't say.
Okay.
But I've been paying. I've been helping her because she just started back working. Cause remember you said that
Yeah, but are you paying anything through child support?
Now I've been paying her rent and helping her with her bills.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna have to reset for January the 19th because I need for her to tell me that. Okay, so I'm gonna just go ahead and put you back on the calendar for January 19th, and I will see both of you then, hopefully. Okay?
All right.
We'll see you then. Have a good New Year.
Okay.
Position number 7, Chase Greenridge and Callista Green.
Okay, Chase and Callista, the two C's. Chase has worn his painting shirt to court today, and Callista, I think that's a fake plant behind her. Anyways, what do we think this one is? Mayor's going extremely specific, which I really like, for 2732. I don't know about the last guy. I'm not even gonna touch it because we didn't hear any amounts. But if he is paying her entire rent, I hope he got receipts, is all I'm gonna say. $50, Christy says. We are lowering our expectations as we go forward here, guys, eh? $320. Cellulite Yoga Pants says. MB says $425. Also, Green and Greenidge. Oh my God, they're not even the same last name. I totally fucking missed that, Jonathan. Good catch. Happy Meal. $300, Vicky says. Nancy, always calling me a hoe. That's okay. No, I'm just joking. Good to see you, Nancy. I hope work was good. I'm gonna guess a 172. That's what I'm gonna guess for this one. No more bets. Let's see.
Thanks, ma'am.
Okay. Let me have both of you raise your right hands. Do you swear that the testimony that you're about to present is the truth and nothing but the truth under penalty of perjury?
Yes.
Okay.
Your Honor, a payment of $498.50 was made November 24th, 2023. It was made directly by the non-custodial parent. I want to give you that quick update.
Okay, good. Now, for that case, I don't have any information. It just says something about stars.
Yes.
What is the child support obligation amount?
It wasn't on the system when I prepared the calendar. Now it is. It's $440 per month.
Okay. And is this an existing order? Have these payments been coming out regularly or?
Paid to DCSS, I have November 24th, and prior to that, it was June 1st, 2023. That's the only two payments that are paid through DCSS.
Okay. So, Mr. Greenridge, what's going on with child support?
As I spoke to you on the 17th, I told you I've been going through some hardships over the past 2 years. You instructed me to make a payment by today on this calendar, and I did so. I've just been having a rough time over the past 2 years. I've had a lot of things happen that just threw me off.
Are you working now?
Yes.
Okay. Are we able to do an income deduction order from your current job?
I'm self-employed, ma'am. I got a small business, so I don't have a consistent amount of money that I make on a monthly or bi-weekly schedule. I'm making it as it comes. I have 5 other children by 3 other women. I've never had a child support issue. My oldest is 14. I have my now 2-year-old. This is my first time ever even being through this process. You know, as I said, I've just over the past 2 years, I had a bad motorcycle accident back in 21. I was out of work for 7 months, lost my sister in 22, out of work for a couple months also. I've just been trying to find my way back. And as I said, I'm self-employed. Some things I can't do ever since the accident because of injury. But I understand I do.
But I can still fuck. Although one of his kids is 14. But seriously, if he's got a 2-year-old and his accident was 2 years ago, it seems like you are able to move at least a little bit of your body, sir. And I would recommend maybe a vasectomy. Honestly, 4 different baby mamas. And notice he didn't say he always paid child support. He said he never had an issue with child support for the other women. That doesn't mean that it was actually paid. Oh, don't worry, Nancy. And also, thank you for saying I look like Catwoman. Thank you.
Obligation though.
Okay, so you need to get back on track. So, Miss Green, you did receive that last payment?
Yes, about 2 or 3 days ago.
Okay. Okay. So, I'm going to put both of you back on the calendar for January the 19th. So you have a little time to get yourself together, but we do need to, get back on track with child support. Okay. It's just not optional.
So as
Okay.
far
So
as real quick question, as far as him being behind on, it shows like almost $1,000. Did I need to go to the Superior Court as far as an enforcement order to be made?
yes. Yes.
Okay. And then you said we're going to be re-meeting again in January?
January the 19th. I'm just giving him a little bit of time to get himself together, and hopefully, once he gets back on track, we can go ahead and dismiss this. Okay.
All right.
Okay, then we'll see you next year.
Okay.
Okay, you are dismissed.
Your Honor, I got one
Oh.
question, Your Honor.
Sure.
Throughout the process, I submitted my my past 2 tax returns, right? But I submitted multiple times, and I also submitted the birth certificates showing my other children. How can I find out if if everything was put into consideration when issuing the order? Because I only made like 32,000 last year and about 34 the year before.
Now, it's up to you to do.
And how do you support 5 children and yourself on that? I'm not trying to be rude, and I'm not saying, and believe me, I get it, but I mean, I'm gonna have to assume that the kids are on benefits at some point. Like, he can't be paying. Imagine how much money he would have to be paying out a month for all 5 of those kids to support them.
Modification if you're asking the court to consider other children.
He also didn't show up for the case when we were discussing the payment.
Oh, okay. So they're not
I
going
was there for. Any court date. I received a letter for. I was there for, Your Honor.
Okay.
I didn't miss
Well,
anything on my understanding.
The problem is, I mean, and you'll have to go to child support, is that if you did not show up, of course, I'm not sure if they make exceptions for certain reasons, but then you cannot ask for a modification for 2 years. But if this order was put in place after all of the other children were already in existence and the court knew about it, then that has already been taken into consideration. To be honest with you, it appears as if your child support amount is reflecting minimum wage. So I'm not sure that you can get child support lower than what you have, but definitely reach out to child support and they can give you all of those details.
Yeah, I was just trying to make sure everything was taken into consideration.
Oh no, I
That's all.
understand. I understand, but yeah, unfortunately, I can't tell you that. You have to go through child support. Okay.
No problem.
Okay, so we will see you. Oh, Miss Lanier, did I already give you a date or no? I don't remember.
Yes, you said January the 19th.
Okay, January 19th it is. We'll see you then. Okay?
All right. At the same time?
Yes, it'll be the same time. But yes, it'll be the 3rd Friday in January.
And we'll just get the link like we normally do, right?
Correct.
All right.
Okay, position number 10, Al Mark and Kelly Baker.
What do we think is going to be for Kelly Baker and Al Mark?
Mr. Harper didn't answer your calendar or my calendar. Only Miss Bailey did.
Oh, because I didn't hear.
Position 8.
Oh.
I don't know if you guys called Miss Bailey or not. The phone just cut back on.
Yes, Judge is ready to see you, but she was waiting. She was trying to call Mr. Harper.
Oh, okay. So Mr. Harper never appeared. Did you hear anything from Mr. Harper, Miss Bailey?
No, ma'am. I tried to reach out to him. His daughter even sent him a message. I know the last court appearance we had, I called him and he answered the phone in an anger manner, like, why y'all keep calling me? So that's all I know. And I don't know.
And it looks like your last child support payment was in October. So you haven't received anything since then?
No, ma'am. And that's normal because even when we went to court the first time, when we originally came here and he pleaded his case and I just let him talk and you asked me, was I going to be okay? And I'm just like, I got to do what I got to do. But this is normal with this man. And I'm not understanding what we with the court system, what we can do. But I don't know. I don't know.
Well, if you would like, I can go ahead and do the arrest warrant because he is aware that he owes child support. We didn't get anything back saying that he didn't receive his notice today, and he has not paid anything within the last 30 days. So
it honestly hurts my heart to do a arrest warrant. It hurts my heart. I hate that. I hate that. I don't know what else to possibly do. I hate that. But he knows he's a grown man, so it's like
right.
Girl, you're talking to a judge. You are not talking to your friend right now. I love that she's working through this right now with the judge. But God. Also, hi Sven. Hi Chris. Thank you so much. Also, she is wearing like outdoor winter clothes, toque, and like a fluffy jacket.
No, I don't know. I don't even know. It's like if I ask, and I don't even know if you guys do this, but I don't even know if I ask possibly if we have possible one more court date before issuing the arrest warrant, maybe.
Okay, we can try. We can try. Okay, so I'm gonna put you down for the first calendar in January because I don't want it to go on too long. And let me see. What is my first calendar? Oh, I think, did you
January the
say
5th. Your
January
first
5th?
calendar is January the 5th.
Okay. Okay, January the 5th it is.
All right, and then January the 5th, he has until then, and then after that, I gotta just let God deal with it, and
Absolutely.
that's just that. Thank you so much, Judge.
You're welcome. And have a good Christmas, okay?
You too.
Okay. Next, I have Al Mark and Kelly Baker.
Yeah, I think she's a better woman than I am too. I don't know that I would have. She literally just saved him from getting arrested and gave him a reprieve over Christmas. It's interesting. What do we? Oh my goodness. Miss Baker, did I just catch your lips at a weird moment? What the fuck is going on? Seriously, what is going on with her lips? Okay. What do we think the number is going to be for this couple? Let me know in the chat. I am going to guess $363. $363. That's my guess. What's your guess? Put it in the chat. Tell me what you think this child support obligation is going to be. Let me read them out. I do like to know. 420, Christy says, love the number. 250, Vicky says. Sushina says 129.58. Mayor says 523.63. Jonathan with the 202. Nancy's going 320. Dana M, hiya, saying 380. Chris Barton, $280. 125 from Lisa B, 150 from MB, no relation as far as I'm aware. 10,000 or $10? What is that? 10,000 pesos, Marielle? Jim Kelly looks like she needs to swallow something. I know. What's going on? Let me just drink my hot coffee that I made 6 hours ago. I think that is it. We'll call it no more bets. Let's see what we got.
Okay, I see. Okay, both parties. So, Mr. Mark, if you could just show yourself, I can go ahead and swear both of you in. Okay, if you could raise your right hand, please. Do you swear that the testimony that you're about to present is the truth and nothing but the truth under penalty of perjury?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Oh, Miss Baker.
Let's always remember these people have fucked, guys. Just never let that go away. I have to say, long hair on guys is not my thing. I don't like somebody else's long hair getting in the way while I'm having sex. My hair is enough to deal with. That would not fly. What on earth? Also, just remember that everyone we see, they've had sex. Also, I'm glad you're enjoying it, Nick.
Can you unmute? I have to hear you.
Yes.
Okay, great. Okay, so I'm showing, Mr. Mark, that your last payment was made on October the 25th for $188.36. And we haven't seen anything since then. So you are.
Okay, 188.36. Also, Chris Barton, I have to apologize. I don't know if you know this yet, but I have something called aphantasia, which means I have no visual imagery in my mind. So I apologize for giving you that visual. I never get any visuals. I can always unsee things. I never see them to begin with. It's always black in my mind. So I apologize, but sorry, not sorry.
More than 30 days past due unless you paid something more recently. Can you tell me
Yes,
what's
ma'am.
going on?
Yes, I have also I was in the last relationship I was just in, and me and her fell out, so I've been sleeping in my car. So I'm in the process right now of getting me another home because I'm not with the girl any longer. And I'm just was getting ready to make a payment in my vehicle broke down. So I have my vehicle back up and running Monday, and I can make a payment.
Ours gonna start on Monday. That is the first time I think we've heard that. Not a job, but my car will start on Monday, Judge. I know I didn't pay my child support, but my car will start on Monday. Yeah, nice watch, Sven says. I bet it's fake.
Longer. And I'm just was getting ready to make a payment in my vehicle broke down. So I have my vehicle back up and running Monday, and I can make a payment by Tuesday, another payment,
And how much can we expect on Tuesday?
200.
200? Okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So based on that, I am going to go ahead and give you an opportunity to get back on your feet, and we can reset for January the 19th.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so will that work for you, Miss Baker?
Not really, because you said the last time this was going to be the last time because
I know.
he had so many chances since June. And then it's always some kind of excuse after excuse after excuse. And none of that is true, what he just said.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah. I ain't with the girl no more.
I don't have nothing to do with that, but
Well, and Miss Baker is right. Whether she gets child support or not shouldn't depend on your relationships. You should be able
right.
to, support yourself and take care of your child. And if you were not paying any expenses before because you were living with somebody, I don't understand why you weren't making full child support payments prior to
Right.
this.
Right. You're right, man. Man, nothing I can say. All I can say is I'm just getting, starting all over and beginning again. That's all I can say right now.
And he been
Okay, so
starting over the last 3-4 times we've been to court.
okay, so I'm gonna put the star next to your name, Mr. Mark, because I'm really stretching it with Miss Baker and hoping that she's gonna be cooperative, but I have no choice. If you don't do anything, come the new year, I'm not gonna have a choice but to go ahead and incarcerate. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so this is it. This is your final chance, but I'm counting on you. Don't.
What the fuck are you plugging in there, expensive electronic device? Seriously, what is he plugging in? Is that an iPhone cord or?
Incarcerate. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so this is it. This is your final chance, but I'm counting on you. Don't make her right in this situation, okay? I want you to prove her wrong.
Well, ma'am, another thing too, I ask you,
Sir, you say, yes, ma'am, and then you fucking turn and walk away. Okay? What is he gonna say? And where's he at? He's not calling from his car home. Fuck, Dana. Oh, gosh.
can is any kind of way I could get in contact with her so I could see my son once I do get all this stuff back caught up?
I don't have anything to do with that. It's up to you to file a legitimation and get legal rights to see your child. So you have to make that step. I can't do it for you.
Hold on. Why would he? What? I always thought in Georgia to get child support, the legitimation process. Oh, I guess child support would be different. Weird. You think they would put those together. So legitimation is a very unique process, specific to very few states, Georgia being one of them. So basically, for example, in Texas, there is an understood law that a child born of a marriage is the legal child of the parents on that were married during that time. And in fact, it's quite hard to get that overturned, even if you were determined that that child was not biologically yours. There is a way to do that, but for the most part, there's an automatic assumption that a child born of a marriage is legally those two parents. In Georgia, that is not the case. In Georgia, hi H&W. In Georgia, they have no presumption of parentage on the father's side, only on the mother's side in any case. So once there's a split, the father has to file what's called a legitimation lawsuit through the state, where he goes through and legitimates his parental rights, and that then gets him the ability to visit with the child. It's different than other places because, for example, Judge Webster, who we've watched before, he's handling all of these things together. He's handling the current child support amount, an arrearage amount, and parenting time going forward. Obviously, in Georgia, it's very different. They've got it in different levels of court in different areas, which I think makes it more difficult, unfortunately. But yeah, the legitimation lawsuit would include a DNA test if they asked for it at the beginning. And legitimation papers are you often hear about that when there's a TPO hearing, and the father, it's generally a father, wants to see the child, but he's not legitimated it yet. The courts have almost no leeway in that sense. He's basically as good as Joe Blow on the street in terms of being counted that child's father. Even if they both acknowledge that he's that father, there still needs to be that legal legitimation process. I think there's maybe only 3 states that do that. In Canada, it's different, obviously, where I live. But from watching court this long, this is a unique process to Georgia, and we hear about it quite a bit.
You.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Like I said, January 19th is the next date.
Yes, ma'am.
It's
I'll
a
be there.
Friday. Is that a Friday?
It is.
Okay.
It's going to be a third Friday in January. Okay, so you are excused. And thank you for being patient with me, Miss Baker.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. You are both.
And so I think that child support is obviously a different court in Georgia, basically. So the lawsuit brought forth from the mother or the state, likely if the child went on benefits, doesn't automatically legitimate a child. And I think that's the main difference. So whereas in Texas, that lawsuit triggers all of those things, in Georgia, it doesn't. It's a separate process to go through and do that.
Dismissed. Next, I've got Elliot Miller and Kalila Robinson.
Okay, and what are we going to guess for Elliot and Kalila for their child support amounts? Now, here's the thing, though, Chris. I just want to make it clear. I don't even think it costs money to file a legitimation lawsuit in Georgia. Like, it's paperwork stumbling block, but once that paperwork is filed and the process is gone through, then the visitation rights are established. And so it's just incumbent upon the father to go through that process. In Texas, there's a paternity registry as well, if you're not married, where you can go and register your paternity, and then they check that registry. So that's one way that you can establish parentage out of marriage in Texas, differently again than in Georgia. So even if he's signed the birth certificate, it doesn't make him the father. until he's legitimated.
Okay, so let me have both of you raise your right hands. Do you swear that the testimony that you're about to present is the truth and nothing but the truth under penalty of perjury?
Yes. I do.
Okay, so Mr. Miller, you're
Okay, I'm seeing 423, 375, 323. I'm guessing 182 for this guy's child support amount. Get your guesses in right now. Last minute guesses. What do you think? What does he owe? Did he pay? Will he start on Monday? 275, 123. Yeah, my gosh, there are some low amounts around here. Again, what did I say? 182? I can't even remember. As usual, I can't remember. I gotta write it down. 250, J Max says. 222, Sashina says. Let's see. He looks, I mean, people, they got attitude here. 175, H&W. All right, no more bets. Let's go.
not in a danger of abandonment because you did make a payment within 30 days. But you're about $200 short. So tell me what's going on.
I just made a payment like 2 days ago for 300.
Oh,
The
for how
remaining
much?
what I did was in October, I made a full payment of my order.
I see that.
And then on the 11th, I think I made a payment for the 300, and then 2 days ago I made a payment for 300.
Oh, okay. Well,
I just
good.
did it in a split. I did it in
Okay.
a split,
Okay.
like I let know it out.
Okay, so that gets you through November. Are you going to be able to do the same for December?
Yes, I'm going to continue from now on to just do it that way. They just keep
Okay.
paying it out my pocket, and the reason being, the employer that I work for, it's like I drive tow truck, so it's based on the weather, based on the towing, based on everything. I don't mind paying it directly out my pocket. What happened was before, when I was out of work due to the trucks being down and stuff like that, um, they I guess they ended up child support asking for a purge payment. They trying to suspend my driver license. I'm letting them know that if they suspend my license, I won't be able to work. At the time that I was out of work, it wasn't on me. It was on the company because they kept getting notifications that child support was trying to get the order started for the deduction, but they didn't do it because I wasn't fully back to work. So what I'm asking right now, because they trying to suspend my license this Sunday, if I don't pay them $1,700, I don't have $1,700. I'm trying to get caught up on paying my order, on time and stuff like that. I just don't have $1,700, and if they suspend my license, I won't be able to work.
So what you're going to need to do is go directly to child support and talk to them. We certainly don't have a vested interest in you not working, but you do have to make some arrangements with them, and they are counting on you to reach out to them. They're not going to reach out to you. So you got to make some kind of arrangements, and I would recommend doing that today. Okay.
Well, actually, I went there on Wednesday, and the person I spoke with, they was a little rude. I'm gonna be honest. I let them know, hey, during the time that y'all asking for payment was a time that I wasn't working, and now that I am working, I'm trying to get on track of paying, and they don't really want to hear that. If I don't have it, they're gonna suspend my license. So, like I told them, hey, y'all taking my license away is taking away from me working regardless. So if I don't work, then how y'all expect to get some money? Because I don't have it.
No, we understand. Miss Arena, do they do anything in those situations? Because, ultimately, Mr. Miller, it is still looked at as, your responsibility. And this isn't new to you. This is, you're at $10,000 worth of arrearages. So that probably has something to do with why they're not being very flexible. But do you have any other information for me, Miss Arena Camarillo?
I am just double checking. Sorry, the system had disconnected me. I wanted to confirm his payments he said he made. I've got that November 13th was the payment. He came into the last payment that's gone all the way through. Was November 13th for $301.50. Came into the office November 28th. Was given the purge options, and the purge options are the purge options. He was told all of them. It's, you pay 30%, you pay 3 months worth of support, or you have new employment. And that's for a reason. So it's not subjective, so that, people can't say the department is releasing some people's licenses and not others, or, so those are in place for that reason. So if he did just return to his employer, and if an income deduction order could come out, then they would release the license. But it looks like he had been with them for over 90 days. So he had not come in and told them when it first occurred, which in the order, non-custodial parents are ordered to tell us as soon as they get new employment. So that's their reasoning for that. Let me see if anything else. I don't see the payment. I apologize. Did you say there was a recent payment made?
Yeah, I just made a payment on a Wednesday.
Yeah, on the 29th.
Okay. And you got that already, Ms. Robinson?
No, he sent me a screenshot where I guess he paid it through the app or whatever. I do have that, but no, we haven't
yeah, I
received
wouldn't see that yet, so that can be true.
So, Mr. Miller, all I can tell you is, borrow some money, see if your employer will give you an advance, or see if they can work something out that they can set you up on that automatic payment, so that, where you can kind of get a little bit of relief.
Dude, you'd be better off getting a new job part-time at fucking Subway, Chipotle, wherever, 1 day a week, in order to satisfy the new employment requirement, in addition to the other job. That will unsuspend the license or trigger that to not be suspended, and then you can go back to the other one. That's probably not a workaround that they would approve of, but that's the way I would do it.
The problem with that, they have been sent an order out 3 times when the business was when the trucks were down. The employer rejected it at the time because I wasn't working. Once they got the trucks going, then when they called me back to work. And when I got back to work, that's when I started making my payments out my pocket on his own. Because normally if you could check my whole history. When I'm working, my order, everything is in order. But I've been out medically. I've been out due to a truck accident. So when I received, my settlement, they sent, I think, like 18,000 in. During that time, I was in recovery, trying to get myself back on track. I had to have surgery on my wrist and stuff. So I wasn't able to work at the time, during the whole time that.
Did you just say you had $18,000? Funny. I don't know if that's going to help you. You're just sounding pretty greedy now. Like, what? This is perplexing. He had to get that arrearage up to a certain point in order for it to trigger the suspension of the license. So he wasn't using that money to pay for his child support for a long time, or it's not adding up.
Made the full payment, and then I got back behind a little bit due to the employer that I'm working for now, because at the time they have issues with trucks and stuff like that being down. So now that it's up and running, yes, it looked like I was working for 90 days with them, but it's been in and out, inconsistent, because they've been down. So now it's up and going, and I'm just trying to get on track. That's all I was trying to explain to them at the office, but they saying like, well, it's still your same employer and this and that. So I done tried. I've been looking around for the last couple of days trying to figure out.
Also, the other thing that I would do, again, I doubt they would be happy with this, but oftentimes businesses have multiple DBOs, DBA. Regardless, oftentimes a business may have multiple actual businesses under their umbrella, depending on what they do. And if you have a decent boss in the admin department, they might be able to employ you in another umbrella of that business with an actual different company, again, to get around the fact that you've been working there for 90 days. Once again, disclaimer, these are probably not ways that they would like you to circumvent these restrictions, but I think that would, again, that's the first thing I would start with, is talking to my employer and be like, hey, do you have another company name? Do you have, can we contract me to a different company so that I can get this done with for a, 3, whatever. There's so many ways if he's that valuable, but I don't think he's wanting to do it. I think he wants to complain. That's all I'm hearing from him, is like, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. Bud, I've just thrown out 5 ideas for you.
How to get some money. This is the only way I can get my money is work. It's the only way I'm going to make the money. And if they suspend my license this Sunday, I ain't no work. I'm not going to be able to work. That's how I work.
Ms. Camarillo, are those dates typically pretty reliable?
Which dates are you referring to, Your Honor?
For a suspension of a license.
Yes, it's an automated system. I mean, he could go down to the office today and ask to speak to the office manager if he wants to speak to somebody that's more, talk to the office manager or a supervisor, but I do see what they're going to see when they look at this is that, Mr. Miller was in the fatherhood program and did not attend. I'm looking back at the history, right? Did not attend, and you're looking at 2023, all we've received is $900. I think their position on that is going to be, you paid 1 month, basically he's paid maybe almost 2 months of support in almost 2 whole years. I mean, you're talking about since February 2022. So while I understand Mr. Miller, what he's saying about his license suspension and the issue, and I hear that concern, right? That's the tension we have to work. This is a case where I think the license suspension is fair. He's not paid since 2022. He's paid 1 month's basically worth of support since then. And so there has to be some kind of it sounds like he is motivated because of it. And that's a good thing. That's the only motivation tool that we have. And it sounds like he didn't come in until that was an issue.
So you understand where you're at, Mr. Miller, and I mean, there's nothing that I can do. There's nothing that Ms. Camarillo can do. You're gonna have to go into child support and work it out with them.
Can I say this right here, Judge?
Go ahead.
If I'm not working,
okay, if you repeat your same argument that the only way I can work is with my driver's license, you're not listening. You are not listening. Also, Sunday, your driver's license is being suspended on Sunday. I am the queen of procrastination. Believe me, okay? I feel it. I get it. I'm there. I live that all the time. But if you don't have magical abilities to make it fucking work, then you can't wait to the last minute like that, my boy. You can't. You can't. And he's just going to say the same shit again. Do you need an extra license to be a tow truck driver? Or do you, I mean, I guess he could. I'm not going to figure out his problems for him anymore. And no, it's Georgia, not Texas.
If I wasn't, that's not why I'm gonna make my money regardless. I have certification in mechanical skills. I do all this other stuff I can't do no more. Driving is the only thing I got left to do because I have CDL license. I just got back to work due to the employer, not myself. I've been on hold because of them, not me.
But now, could you have done?
He has a CDL license until Sunday, and then he doesn't. So you're gonna have to look for some other skills, buddy. Again, also, I don't know what the buses are like in DeKalb County. Probably not good, but again, wait. If he drives for Uber, do you think that would qualify as a new job? That would be a pretty quick Although I don't know that, well, it wouldn't say that his license is being suspended. He may have to lie on the application, because I imagine that they would say something like when you apply for a driver's license, it says, "Are you aware of your license being suspended in any other jurisdiction?" And you have to say no. But if he does it in time, like today, I wonder if that could qualify him as a new employer. That'd be probably the easiest job that he could sign up for. To again circumvent this purge payment and keep his driver's license so he can keep his real job that he wants to have, but that will not satisfy the requirements to alleviate the suspension of the driver's license.
And some other temporary work until they got themselves together?
Actually, the process of finding another job and going through all the screening and all this other stuff.
I'm not saying to get a job of the same caliber. I mean,
I'm just saying
you could have gone to any fast food restaurant, gotten something quickly, gotten through child support, and then you'd still be on your feet right now.
I've been trying to find something that I was experienced with. That's what I've been doing. Anything that under my experience, I've been trying to find. Even if it was just Amazon or something. But it takes time. I've been online, and with the fatherhood program, I only missed one visit, one call, because they rescheduled it. It wasn't on me. They rescheduled it and then notified me. And out of all the times I done been on call, I got all the calls on screenshot and all the meetings that I've been to, but I only missed one, and they said I went in compliance. So I mean,
that really is not typical. I mean, typically when they say, and you might want to check with them, they probably have a log of everything that happened and didn't happen. And so, I would suggest you check with them, because they're doing everything they can to help you. They're not the type that they're trying to, say 2 strikes, you're out. So that's hard for me to believe that they rescheduled a meeting and did not show you any grace.
Well, I'm not making up nothing. It's emails that I didn't even receive. So I mean, it's okay. I'm not even finna go back and forth about that. I would try to go back down there and talk to them, but at the end of the day, they know my history. I have been paying as long as I'm working. I never not paid and work. Never. So at the end of the day, when I have a job.
But Mr. Miller, so the dilemma with the concept of I pay when I have a job is that the child doesn't only exist when you have a job. That's the dilemma that DCSS has to look at, right? So if that's the dilemma, my kids still have to eat, even if I don't have a job. So I got to figure it out. And if you went like 4 months, it'd be one thing. You've gone extreme periods of time. So I do feel like there's a little bit of a lack of accountability that I continue to hear, Mr. Miller. And I know, like you're saying, I went to the child support office and they were rude. It might be because of this sentiment, because of you're blaming us for a lot of things when it's just, even if you pay $200 here and there, that's not what you did. We see people that are homeless and that are paying $50 here and there, really, you can see doing something. That's not what you're doing. And you are extremely smart. I mean, that's clear, Mr. Miller. You're very hireable. You're very intelligent. So it's just not ringing as any accountability, just so you know, from like DCS's standpoint in your particular case. Just because you are a smart person, you are fully with it. That's not what we are. That's not what you see in every case. Divorces, legitimate, I mean, any kind of case, right? So
yeah, I've been there. I know what divorce is like too. I understand.
What did you just fucking say? She did the manager what you're supposed to do with people. She did a little bit different. She cut him down, and then she's like, "Oh fuck, I gotta build him back up a little bit because we need his money." And then she's like, "You're smart. You can do it. You're employable." He sounds like he's got a shit attitude. I'll tell you that. But yeah, he's probably employable. I wouldn't go so far as to say smart, in my opinion, allegedly. But what did he retort with though? Yeah, the voices lie or something, sir?
That's not what you see in every case. Divorces, legitimate, I mean, any kind of case, right? So
Yeah, I've been
I'm
there.
just
I
saying,
know what the voice is like too. I understand.
you know,
Okay, so I'm counting on you, Mr. Miller, because I know you can do it. You need to get something worked out, or you need to borrow some money, get through this so that we can stay on track. Okay, so your next hearing date, I'm going to give you until January the 19th, all the way till next year before we have that next hearing. And I'm hoping that you're going to tell me that you worked it out and that this doesn't have to keep going in a negative direction. Okay.
Yeah, I've been paying, so I understand. I got you.
Okay.
No, you have not been paying. Well, I guess he's made 2 payments.
Okay, then. Both of you are dismissed and have a good new year.
Thank you. You too.
Bye-bye. Okay, position number 12, Donnie Moore and Onika Watkins.
Okay, Donnie Moore, Onika Watkins. Do you think they're not going to disappoint us? Can you guys not disappoint us? Let's have like overpayments. Let's be like, you know what, Your Honor, I fucking paid extra. Like, oh, I'd love that. I'd love to hear that. I don't. This is so frustrating, especially right before Christmas. And she's passing all of these until after Christmas. Like, I just am. Oh, it just hurts my heart. 150, Chris is guessing. I am gonna guess 333. Again, that's my guess. Put your guesses in the chat. Nancy, I didn't have dinner. Thank you for the reminder. How nice of you. I have not had dinner yet. It's only 6 o'clock, 10 to 6 here, but I have not had dinner yet. 245, Dana says. 222, Jonathan says. Nancy's going with 145. Lisa B coming in with 175. Mayor with 257.54. $350 for Vicky. I haven't eaten yet because I had a late brunch, so I wasn't quite hungry, but I am very excited for what I have planned for dinner tonight because it's the dinner I forgot to eat last night. 469, Cellulite Yoga Pants says. Courtney says 400. That's it. No more bets. Let's see what we got.
Okay, I have both of them. You have to raise your right hand. Do you swear that the testimony that you're about to present is the truth and nothing but the truth under penalty of perjury?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so in your case, Mr. Moore, I have not seen a payment since September the 22nd. So you're going to have to update me on what it is that you're doing with regards to child support.
Well, I got me a full-time employment job.
And it starts Monday. I'm gotta see. I guarantee this starts Monday, right? Don't you worry. I will eat. Don't worry. I went grocery shopping yesterday. Also, I had breakfast burritos earlier that I made. They were really delicious, nutritious, filling. I don't have any Uncrustables. I don't have Uncrustable money right now, to be totally frank with you. Uncrustables are expensive in Canada, and I don't have Uncrustable money right now. Sucks. I have bread, peanut butter, and jelly money, but I don't have Uncrustables money. But I love them so much. I do miss that, like slightly frozen.
At the moment now, I've been working for almost 3 weeks now. This took my second week. I got paid yesterday.
Was yesterday your first paycheck?
Yes, ma'am. I got paid yesterday. Now I need to set up where I can
The income deduction order?
yeah. So I was gonna reach out to them. I don't know if they'll wait till it gets in the
No.
system or can
No. You need to go ahead and do that today. And also, I want you to go ahead and pay
they can email it.
payment.
Can they
Well,
email it over?
you're gonna go in the chat right now with Miss Arena Camarillo and make your make sure that they have your employer information so that we can go ahead and set that up now. And in addition, today I want you to make a payment from your first check of $429 for child support right now. Okay.
I try. I can. I'm gonna send some more.
Buddy, she doesn't sound like she's giving you a choice. Hi, Miss Carrie. There's a hot mama, Miss Carrie, who takes care of her business. And I'm not trying to put your business out there, Miss Carrie, but you've mentioned before that you one of your baby daddies don't pay his child support. So we know that you take care of it. You make Christmas happen at your house, and we love you for that. And thanks for being here. You're leaving in 30 minutes. We gotcha. Seriously, I live on Vancouver Island in British Columbia, Canada. So I don't know why Uncrustables are so expensive here. I guess they're pretty pricey everywhere, but yeah, I know, Miss Carrie. I love you, girl. I was thinking of you earlier because there was a guy on SSDI. Again, we've had some I'm gonna just say losers tonight in the in this hearing, where in Georgia they're calling these child abandonment application hearings. And yeah, it's not been heartening. I know, Mike, but the thing is that I like it when they're frozen, like that slightly frozen, like when I thaw them in my boobs, like I'll put them in here and then I'll thaw them there for like maybe, what did we decide? Like 12 minutes is the perfect Uncrustable thaw time in my boobs. And then we're good. It's like the peanut butter is just a tiny bit still frozen. Oh my God.
I can send some more in to.
Well, what do you mean by more? Because we haven't received anything.
I can.
When I was in Florida, I ate a whole box of Uncrustables at Donna's house.
I can send $200 in.
But you haven't made a payment since September.
I try. I can. I'm gonna send some more in. I can send some more in to.
Well, what do you mean by more? Because we haven't received anything.
I can. I can send $200 in.
But you haven't made a payment since September. Okay, I'm going to need $429 to be sent in. And I need you to go ahead and provide the information for that income deduction order. So you can do that right now in the chat. Okay, but you're going to need to make that payment. Now, if you need to make it in one payment of $200 today, and then another payment of $200, $229 within, let's say, I want to see that before Christmas.
Okay, applaud you. So I'm trying. I want to email her now. What? Just
Sir, 24 days to hustle. You're gonna have to hustle. Like us all in December.
tell her my employer name and stuff like that, and
Yes.
I just sent you a chat. It said chat me here with employer name. So if you just respond to that, if you see it.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Miss Watkins, are you doing okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so hopefully if we can get the deduction set up, then the money will start coming directly from his paycheck, and that way you'll have a way of having continual support. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Mr. Moore, did you provide all of the responses?
I just texted her the name.
He just sent it. If I can just let me write that down right here.
Okay.
What city is that in?
Atlanta, Georgia.
Thank you. I've got what I need, Your Honor.
Okay. So Ms. Watkins, I'm trying to make sure that you do get your full child support amount for December. And then we can also hopefully get that income deduction order. And I am going to do a reset for January the 5th to make sure that everything is on track. Okay, so I'll see both of you then, and have a good new year, okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, position number 13, Carlton Ivory Price and Shakendra Redman.
Okay, is that a chest tattoo? Is that a chest tattoo and somebody named Ivory Price something or other? Sounds like a soap.
Okay. Child support, I'm not showing any amounts on this particular case. Do you have anything for me?
One moment, Your Honor. Let me check.
Mhm.
So this is where I was confused by the notes that are in here. It showed there's nothing on the system regarding arrears. There's no order on the system. It looks like y'all's last court date, Ms. Carson was here, and she documented that the non-custodial parent on November 6th emailed her documents showing that the New York agency closed its case. She let him know that even though the agency wasn't enforcing the case, the order, that doesn't mean the order is terminated. You guys had reviewed the order for core and it was for $47.96 a week. But it doesn't appear that it's on our system yet. We don't have any kind of arrears or current support as accruing.
Yeah, my memory is now coming back to me because he kept insisting that it was closed.
Yeah, he said he had custody of 2 of the children up until last year, and that
He's
they were
never had custody.
Yep, and that you guys were in the middle of a custody action. Now I'm just relaying what the notes say he said, so not.
You hear this?
So they're just.
Courtney, are you here, Courtney? Courtney, is that a menorah on her chest? Could we get a special review, please? If Courtney is here. I'm gonna play it and pause.
Now I'm just relaying what the notes say he said, so not.
You hear this?
I can't see it. It said something like royal. No, Courtney's Jewish. That's why I was asking her. It looked like a menorah at the beginning. Watch her as she gets up. I'm gonna slow it down just for 10 seconds. Deal with it.
And that you guys were in the middle of a custody action. Now I'm just relaying what the notes say he said, so not.
You hear this?
So they're just going back and forth on whether there is an order. custody of 2 of the children up until last year, and that
He's
they were
never had custody.
Yep, and that you guys were in the middle of a custody action now. I'm just relaying what the notes say he said, so not
You hear this?
so they're just going back and forth on whether there is an order, it appears.
So there has been an order.
Yep.
He was under the impression that he was not on child support. All I did, because I had to get a certified copy of the order from New York stating that that case is closed because Mr. Price doesn't live in New York and hasn't been living in
Interrupt
New York.
Miss Redmond, because I found something that shows me a little bit more where we are. Do you mind if I interrupt for 1 second?
Yeah.
What I'm showing is that, so Ms. Carson looked at the order, and it looks like it is a valid order that has not been terminated just because New York wasn't enforcing it anymore. Mom came to our office to get us to open the order. It looks like the issue is that on October 10th, they're saying that the affidavit of arrears that she did was wrong because the order says that it started February 14th and at $50.27, and then March 1st, it was $217 a month. And so they forwarded the affidavit of arrears back to Mom. They wanted her to recomplete it.
No, it wasn't. Okay. So I get what you're saying, because when I did go, because I couldn't apply for child support in Georgia until I gave them the certified copy from New York.
And part of that is they then ask you to do this affidavit where it says how much money is owed versus has been paid. And it looks like there was just a small error with that, and they need you to go back in and redo that form.
Okay, the only thing that I went back to redo and had to redo was the remodification, because it's been over 3 years of the child support order, and the minimum amount was that 217 or 270 that you just said. So where we're at right now, because last month the judge ordered him to pay, I still haven't received a payment from Carlson, whether it's $50, $100, however much the order is, he still hasn't and refused to pay child support. So that's where we're at as far as any technicality of an amount. They haven't adjusted the amount for him to pay, which would increase because I remodified the order. Because
so we're
it's
not
been
going to
over 3 years.
modify it for you through.
No, I got that. Yeah.
Okay,
I got
until
that.
we've
Yeah.
registered it. Okay.
Yeah. I got that. No, what I was saying was, when you stated that I had to go back in, the only time that it changed is because I remodified it, since it's because you have to wait every 3 years before you remodify the case. So being that that was the minimum amount for.
Oh, are you're gonna tell the attorney and the judge about the remodification? Honestly, I think you mean an adjustment or a modification. I don't think remodification is the right one. And again, they're trying to help you. The paperwork is wrong. You have to make that first before it can be adjusted at all. I feel like some people are a little obtuse, but the process is difficult. They're not making this easy. I have to say that.
To pay, and the judge last month informed him to pay that minimum amount. I even informed her our last court date that prior that it was the amount for the 270. As far as the arrears go, I filled out the sheet. Child support has all of it. I filled out the sheet. Even when I go on
Ms.
the
Redmond, we're kind of
DCFS,
going in circles, and I just kind of want to bring it to exactly where we're at for the agency. Okay, the modification is separate from us registering the order so that payments can be made to us and our agency can enforce it. Okay, so modification is separate. You can handle that, but I'm just saying this: when you come.
I'm just saying this. I fucking love you, Erica. Girl, yes. Thank you for cutting through the bullshit and just like getting these hearings on fucking track. There's at least one person on this call, other than me, that is willing to say it. Like, no, you shut up and listen.
to get us to enforce an order, the affidavit of arrears has to be filled out correctly, and it wasn't, and we need you to go back in and redo that document. That's it.
But we're not doing, we're not here for the arrears. We're here for.
No, I'm just telling, nope. Yeah, that's why
registration.
I'm not saying anything about what's going to happen with this judge today. I'm telling you though, that our office, you know, and I'm telling the judge this, we can't accept payment. I know the judge in this case wants us to be able to accept payment because then we can verify to her payments. And I'm letting the judge and you know, we can't accept payments through our office until you come and correctly fill out the paperwork so we can put the order on our system.
Okay, so what is it exactly that you're saying that I filled out incorrectly?
The affidavit of arrears. So I'm not going to get into all of it. You just need to come into the office and refill it out. I'm not, you know, I think we'll spend way too long and beyond the scope of today regarding that.
And let me just tell you, Ms. Redmond, I'm pieces of it are coming back. I do recall, you know, him being very defiant.
Not paying.
Right. So I want you, I don't know, of course, what the technicality is. And I know that, you know, it's coming as a shock to you.
I get it.
But
I promise you, I get it.
Just go in,
I'm
take
gonna go
care
right
of
now.
it. Okay.
And
And
I'm
going
gonna
to
go right.
put
But
you.
the thing is, he still has not. You ordered him to pay. What if it was?
He can't pay. He cannot pay. If he stood there with a bag full of $10,000, he can't pay. It's not registered in the system in Georgia yet because the affidavit of arrearage was not correctly inputted from New York. You can't even find him in contempt because your paperwork is wrong, so he wasn't able to pay.
Understand that.
He hasn't paid anything.
But if that isn't corrected, he has nothing to pay directly into.
I'm about to go up there right now, and I'm going to Superior Court for the arrears because I know I filled out everything correctly. I even sat down with not one caseworker, but even her supervisor to make sure I filled out everything. She had me fill out everything. So what is she saying as far as the arrear receipt? I did that, but I'm not even.
And I understand. I'm not saying that it can't possibly be an error on our part, but I just want you to go ahead in so that we can make sure that there is a place for that money to be posted to. I'm putting you right back on the calendar for January 5th. And if he has not made those payments, I'm going to go ahead and issue an arrest warrant. But I just have to make sure all the I's are dotted on our end.
I get it. And I'm not going to take up too much of your time, but I'm really about to cry right now because I need you to understand. Our daughter's birthday just passed on the 22nd.
And
my ex-husband sent money in his mom. He didn't call, and they have their own phones. He didn't call. He didn't send any money. He didn't do nothing, no contribution to this child. And now we have another daughter whose birthday is on the 19th of this month. Along with Christmas, me and my husband do everything for our children that he refused to take care of. So even the little amount that you even told him to pay, like that could have went towards her birthday, these kids' birthdays and stuff. But now I gotta wait a whole nother month for this man to, and he knew like it was how he you could tell from the last conversation.
No, I remember him
not wanting to take care of these kids, and it's not fair that I take care of everything. So I'm finna, because I know I didn't make a mistake. Even when I know I made one mistake, I even went to the office. I sat down with Miss Waters. That's her name. I sat down with Miss Waters. I even have her personal cell number because she made sure that I took care of everything correctly. I had to literally sit front and back and fill out every month in all the years that he has not paid for these children. He's never had custody of our children. Never has custody. When he came from New York, I told him, as long as you're taking care of your children, I don't care about child support. But his wife was doing everything. Him and his wife has not been together in years. And if it's for my acknowledgement, she divorced him and she's remarried to somebody else. But our children still go to her house because we have a relationship together. So it's always been me and her working with the children, and Carlton has always did bare minimum. He has brainwashed my child to thinking that I won't allow him to see them. He played DFAS games and keeps them coming to my house, I had to move, and I had to explain to my kids he can't have my address. I can meet him so he can see him, because I want my kids to be with their father. But it's not fair that me as the mother, I take on full responsibility to take care of these kids, and it just grinds your gears and just makes you cringe that you got to even fathom of giving me a dime to help take care of them. But I'm
And
finna put my clothes on.
I remember the conversation, and he was
Yeah.
very adamant about not paying, and that's why I want to just get this moved forward. You know, I'm not giving him
I
a lot of,
appreciate it, but it hurts.
I'm not
It
giving him a
hurts.
lot
It
of
hurts.
leeway.
It hurts. I see that he's getting a lot of leeway, because this is nothing but another pass for him to not take care of her birthday, or be there for her birthday, and not do anything for Christmas, or just not be there at all. We got concerts coming up. She has competitions. One of them have competitions coming up. Like, I'm a mother of 7. My son passed away 5 years ago, so I have 6 kids living. I do this all by myself with no help from Carlton, and everything else from my ex-husband to my husband now takes care of these kids.
Right.
It's frustrating
Hold
that
on,
they own father who knows.
hold, ma'am. Hold on. I got a couple questions for you here. 7 children, 6 living. I'm so sorry for your loss, first of all. But let's just look at this statement right here. When she says, "I do it all by myself with my husband and my ex-husband, and this baby daddy doesn't pay." Well, that sounds like 2 other people, not just yourself. And I'm glad for that. But seriously, how old is the youngest child? Please tell me there's not more on the way.
Like, I'm a mother of 7. My son passed away 5 years ago, so I have 6 kids living. I do this all by myself with no help from Carlton, and everything else from my ex-husband to my husband now takes care of these kids.
Right.
It's frustrating that they own father who knows that. Let me just get some clothes on. Like, I don't.
You know, but if you're gonna go today, I'm actually gonna move it. I'm gonna put you on my calendar on December the 15th. I feel your pain. We're gonna try and get this done as quickly as possible. Okay?
Okay. Because there's no excuse of him saying that he don't know how to pay, or he can't pay anything. You still could have paid something, because at the end of the day, there is an order for you to pay.
And he knows it. He knows it.
Yeah. Like, this
Okay.
is. I'm sorry. I got a script, so I'm about to exit the call and head on over there.
Okay. Yeah, you do that. I'm going to do my part. You know, you just go ahead and take care of that, and we'll see you on December the 15th. Okay.
I'm doing it right now. Thank you so much,
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay. Finally, Mr. Stroud and Miss Jordan, position number 14.
Position 14, our last one. Well, that was a crazy case, but she got what she wanted. And I'm not sure I like that, acquiescing to that, but regardless, I think another hearing sooner is good, especially if the guy's not going to show up anyways. What the fuck? Okay, what do we think? Vicky's going 200. I'm going to go with 840. 840. That's what I'm guessing randomly. What else do we think? Is he yeah, he is the applicant, Dana. Good eye. So that means that he is the petitioner, in other words, aka the one bringing the lawsuit. $200, 69, 423, 64, 325. Dana will say 350. 225 from Chris Barton. 490 H&W. 599 says Nancy. And what do we think? What do we think? Get in your guesses. This is our last case for the evening, guys. 2 hours has gone by just like that. Having such a great time with $20, Courtney. 500, Christy says. I think that's it. No more bets. I'll pay 500 to make that last lady shut up, MB. Yes, you can pay that to me, and I will handle that for you. Thank you.
Okay, if you could just present yourself, Miss Jordan, we can move forward. Okay. If you could raise your right hands. And for both of you, do you swear that the test, oh, is your hand raised, Mr. Stroud? I can't see.
That's the wrong Anthony.
Oh, it's the wrong Mr. Stroud?
Yes, it's the one with Danelle middle name.
Oh.
Sorry, what? What? How can that possibly be possible? There are two Anthony Strouds on the call. That's the wrong one. Oh my God. Also, here's a little bit of a throwback for anybody that remembers when we used to watch DeKalb TPO hearings. Doesn't the girl right here look like the judicial assistant or the clerk for Judge Dude and Judge Woke? I feel like I honestly, when I pulled this up earlier, it's in the same county. I grabbed it towards the end and I saw her and I actually thought that that was her there. I was like, oh, the judge is talking to, I think her name's Chambrea in the other court, if I remember correctly. But Loud Elvis, welcome. There's two with the name on the same day. Like, how could that even be possible is my question on that. Again, I guess with my name, I've never had that issue before of like, well, anyways, that's a story for later. Let's just see what's going on here. Let's see as we finish up this docket.
Well, I don't know if the notice went out to the right person. Miss Lanier, do you know any information about this case?
So who the fuck is this guy? Did he just show to a hearing that he doesn't know anything about? I have so many questions right now. Which check and balance process was wrong here? From the beginning to the end. I mean, seriously, I have so many questions. I bet, though, Anthony over here might have more questions. Can you imagine if she didn't say anything at the beginning? Thank God she did, but imagine if she didn't. Oh, wow. Oh, I'm very interested to see what happens here. My guess is that they're going to find that this dude, I don't know, was subpoenaed incorrectly. There hasn't been proper service. Therefore, they can't continue with this lawsuit. They need to refile. But hopefully it's something more interesting, like, actually, this is his twin brother and they have the same name or something. I don't know.
He was in the room too.
He was in the room and then he left. So who is this Anthony Stroud? Isn't he the same one? Is that not the same Anthony Stroud? Because another one just left.
Ma'am, this lady had sex with him. She knows if it was him. She said it straight up. She said, that ain't him. He's quiet, by the way. He's being very quiet. Also, what, again, are the odds? What are the odds of the same name? Well, Chris Barton, I'll say this. A lot of law-abiding citizens, if they receive an official summons to court in the mail, will appear. I think that's just actually what most people would do. I might bring a lawyer if I had no clue what was going on, but I don't know. I just am, again, like, if he's here for a different case, that would just be almost, I mean, again, buy some lotto tickets? I don't know. Like, that's the odds.
No, that's not the same one.
Mr. Stroud, can you unmute?
Oh, I thought he was
Okay, but I'm sure you can identify who the father of your children are. So definitely there's something wrong. And we must have had 2 Strouds on the calendar. Can somebody reach out to Anthony Darnell Stroud?
Okay, Mr. Anthony Stroud, what case are you here for?
Please unmute,
Hello?
Mr. Stroud.
Mr. Stroud, you are not the father, okay? Don't be afraid. Just unmute. You are not the father.
Are you talking to me?
Yes, sir.
I'm Mr. Price. I'm not Mr. Stroud.
Oh.
Oh.
I don't have a price.
Oh, it's a Zoom mislabel. Oh, the assistant, when she was adding all the numbers before everybody's name, she's changed everybody's Zoom name to fill the docket. He's Mr. Price, Ivory Price, the cheap soap. Oh, wait. Was that the one? Is that Carlton? Is that Carlton? Is this the Carlton that girl was crying about?
Yeah, that was just the last case, position 13.
I reached out to Anthony. He said that y'all removed him.
Tell him. Okay, Miss Jordan, can you call him and tell him to come back in, because he's not even in the waiting room.
He said the other dude had my name on there. It's not letting me join back.
Okay. Tell him to try again.
Okay.
So for position 13, where the lady just ran out of her house to go down to the child support office to refile the affidavit of arrearage, that's who we were talking about. That's who they were all bitching about, and he's sitting in the waiting room being labeled Anthony and didn't say anything about it. But it makes so much more sense why he didn't respond to the name at all. God. Oh.
Position number 13. I'm not going to bring him back in because we still have that loose end for for that case. So if you could just let Mr. Price know that his matter has been reset until 12/15 of 23.
Okay, that's an interesting way of doing that, Judge. You're covering somebody's ass there. You just CYA'd somebody for sure. I mean, technically you did schedule another hearing, but you didn't reset this hearing. You had this hearing without him here due to a mistake of your court clerk, which I get. Like, I've been an administrator. That's a lot of work. Yeah. But
yes, sure. Yes, Judge.
Okay.
also remember, Tony / Carlton doesn't think he owes child support. And he argued last, so he was probably ready for an argument. And Dana, I double checked. I think it was all mislabeled. He wasn't the applicant. He was the respondent anyways. Now everybody's just silently like, oh my God, we just fucked up pretty bad, guys.
So I did send him the new link. He sent me a screenshot. It keeps saying you are unable to rejoin the meeting because you were previously removed by the host. But I did resend him the link. So
Also, go ahead and tick off Zoom fail on your bingo cards, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's see. I'm not sure. Can we get him back in, Miss Lanier, or do we have to create a new link to do that?
I'm trying to put him back in now.
Okay.
This is like me trying to figure out how to members only, which reminder members only will be this Sunday after our regular Court Watchers Anonymous meeting. We will be having another members only.
And meanwhile, Miss Arena Camarillo, I see where we were having payments directly from the employer, and then it has a different code. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. These are very old. No, there's no recent payments. Disregard. Miss Jordan, when was the last time you received a payment?
May.
May? Hmm.
But I know last time we talked, we wasn't able to reach him, and then he ended up reaching out like October last month, for our daughter's birthday, and that was about it.
Okay.
Okay, Judge, I tried to send him the link again, but he's not answering. Miss Jordan, can you tell him give him that number for the link, which was that 86 number?
You said 86 number?
Link, whatever the link is. Because I'm trying to send it to him and his email keep bouncing back.
The one that I have, it starts with 870.
That's it.
Okay.
Just tell him to use that number so he can log in.
Okay.
This is a cluster. Also, is she in some sort of cemented room? MB, I will neither confirm nor deny that I have effectively hidden in meeting rooms before by myself, pretending to be waiting for a meeting to look busy.
He said he's putting that number in and still won't let him join. That's weird. Yeah, if still giving him the same message, I'm gonna get his email.
Put him on speaker at this point.
Okay, is his email address E as in Edward, A as in he can't get in because it's bouncing back from that email address. Okay, let's see. Judge, give me one moment. It would mess up on the last case.
I know.
I think we're the last one.
Sweetie, you messed up on
Okay,
2.
Judge, I just sent it. We'll see if it'll bounce back.
Also, this name is Waltiera. I don't think I've ever heard that name before. Is it like a female version of Walter? Waltiera? Also, I daren't skip any because we'll probably miss something good. Also, I love the minutia of court. This is actually the part of court I really like to see because it's the real stuff. Like, oh, administrative error
Miss
just
Jordan,
fucked
did he
people.
respond to you? Because it's been sent to him.
Yes, he said saying the same thing. I told him you sent it, and he said the
There's
same
a
thing.
call-in number on Zoom meetings.
Judge, what you want me to do at this point?
I think the easiest.
Probably your job. I would say that. Harsh of me, I know. Honestly, I've facilitated Zoom meetings for literally hundreds of different people before at the same time. Also, like lots of little Zoom meetings too. Just make a fucking new one or give them the call-in number that is at the bottom of every invite. Or I mean, like seriously, I'm ask him to go on speakerphone. Like again, why am I the one with solutions here?
Thing. Let's reset for 12:15, which means he's
Okay.
going to be put right back on the next calendar.
Okay.
And Miss Jordan, let him know that he needs to pay $400 by December the 15th.
Okay.
I hope she has a good relationship with him. Because if you think that you are just going to go ahead and first of all, you're having the hearing. Once again, this is not you resetting the hearing because you're making a judgment or an order to make a payment. Again, this is ex parte at this point, isn't it? When it shouldn't be. Again, she's trusting a lot the fact that I guess, okay, I will give her this. It does appear that they have been communicating effectively via text right now in front of the judge, and it wasn't either of their fault. So maybe the judge is making an educated guess that she could trust her to pass on the information and it to be received properly because she's witnessing them work together to try and sign back on. But honestly, that makes me feel weird that she's resetting it, but also making an order of a payment to be made and asking the parent who already has to deal without child support to relay that message to a person who may or may not be willing to receive that message. And again, the legalities of that being like an order that would have to be followed. I'm sure, again, if he had a lawyer or was represented here, then, and they're facing jail time, which is interesting because I thought in America, if you were facing jail time, you can be appointed an attorney at no cost if you can't afford one. Not on matters where there's no jail time possible, but she has been saying she's going to issue arrest warrants. So is it after the arrest warrant's issued that he then qualifies for a public defender? Or do you know what I'm saying? Anyways. Yeah.
Okay, and I'm sorry about the confusion. Unfortunately, technical difficulties are just the way of our future now, but we'll get things back on track, and we will see you on December the 15th, okay?
No, technical difficulties are not the future, ma'am. Judge Scott, I really liked you in a few ways, but I also was, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. You guys, it's been lovely. I so appreciate that you came and hung out with me tonight. Thank you for doing that. It's been great. If this was your first time here, welcome. If it wasn't, welcome back again, and thank you. Please remember to clock in for your shift by hitting the like button. It's down there somewhere. Also, if you could maybe comment on the video, that'd be great. Super great. And also, what else? Can't remember. Oh yeah, I love you. I'm proud of you, and I will see you tomorrow. Oh, members only on Sunday evening. That's what I was gonna say. Bye. Thank you guys. Bye. Maybe I'll post something on OF, Mike.